love it. So in our town, we have a couple Sonics, and I'm pretty sure most towns, unless you're like got nobody in your town, you probably have a couple Sonics, or you know of a couple Sonics around you. And I would say it was March, so it was earlier in March that they had a free come and play at the Children's Museum. And so got some kids together, and we went and did that. We had Michael and Lydia that day too. And so we went there, and then after, or we gone to the park for lunch, and then we had stopped and I got them some Gatorade and stuff. And then we had gone to the children's play, and then after the children's play, or Children's Museum playing, then I said, hey, can we go get them some ice cream? And Billy was like, yeah, let's do it. So we went to Sonic, and there was this really, really sweet girl that, I mean, we ordered, I think, like 7 cones. And the lady was like, oh, she was young too. She's like, children are such a blessing. And I was like, wow, you don't see young people that see it like that. You know, most of them are like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. And so that was so sweet. And I was like, oh, somebody gets it. Like, kids are a blessing, and they're so much fun. And okay, I had a person that was like tailgating me, and then I had my blinker on. I was like, can you not tell them about to turn? So, that was really sweet. And then yesterday, after we got done with the dinosaur, or this may be a couple days, but on Sunday when we got done with the dinosaur, with the dinosaurs, I was like, hey, I texted Billy, this is right before we left. I was like, hey, can we stop and get ice cream for the kids? And he was like, cool. And so we went to a different Sonic because of the way that we came home. And he pulled in there, and we asked for 6 vanilla cones. And when the girl got there, she's like, oh, I totally understand. And she's like, I'm one of a lot of kids, and it's so great. And when y'all come and everything. And I was like, wow, like both of these girls were younger. They look like they might have been in their late teens, early 20s, but they were so sweet. And she was like, I totally understand, like when you go somewhere and you order a lot of something, people are like, whoa. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. I was like, you're so sweet. But it's true. It's like, wow, both these girls from 2 different Sonics were just sweet as can be. And they understood, like, it's fun, and it's, you know, it can be overwhelming, but to her, she was like, oh no, I totally understand. And I think she was 1 out of 5 or 6 herself. And so she was like, oh no, I totally understand. And it was just so sweet. Like, you're there, and she's like, oh yeah, you get used to big quantities and stuff like that. So I really have to say, like, both Sonics, the girls were just so sweet. And so, because I understand that can be a really big pain to have to try to figure out how to carry 6 cones by yourself, or ask somebody for help, or have a really big order from a family that's coming through. And she was just so sweet. And I was like, and both of them got tipped really well, because it was just like, wow, that was just incredibly sweet. That they understood, like, they were both out of big families, and the one was like, oh, they're such a blessing. And I was like, wow, that was really cool. And then hers like, I totally understand what it's like. And so I really, really enjoyed that. And it just kind of reassures, you know, like, hey, this is, whether you have a small family or a big family, like, kids are a blessing, family's a blessing, and, you know, enjoy those moments together. And I just thought it was really, really sweet that both places, the girls were just so incredibly sweet. So kind of reassures you, like, there are some good kids out there that don't see it like as a burden, or, oh my gosh, there's so many of y'all, or, oh, that was so hard to bring. You know, she was just so sweet. And I would have understood if she'd had to take like 3 or 4 trips back, you know. But she was incredibly sweet. And I was like, oh. And then she had this little thing that helps her hold the cones. And I was like, that's so cool. She's like, yep. When big families come, we use these. I was like, that is so cool. I was like, I need one. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. And I just, you know, wow. It just kind of lifts my spirits, and like, yay, you know, this is so amazing. So it was really, really fun, and just really cool to see, like, these girls say that. And it was 2 different Sonics, like, it wasn't even the same girl. So that was really, really sweet. And it just reassures you, like, there are people that understand, like, where you're coming from, and they enjoy it. So that was fun. So I'm about to go into work now, but I don't know. That just lifted my spirits, because I'm 1 of 6, and Billy's 1 of 5. And yes, he has 2 kids, But it's like, even if those are just, like, those are our kids, we still want kids. Whether, you know, I give birth to them, or we give birth and we adopt, or however, because, you know, we haven't crossed that road yet. However we get there, it's like, this is our family, and our family is going to be bigger because, you know, we don't have any kids together, per se. I see Michael and Lydia as my kids, but to kids together. And so our family naturally is going to be a little bit bigger because I don't have any kids. So anyway, I'm excited, and it's fun. And I love doing things like that. I love doing, like, get the nieces and nephews, get friends' kids, get our kids, just, like, get a bunch of kids together. Like, I would be okay with driving a 15-passenger van, because I'd be like, get all the kids in the car, let's go. And so it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. But I'm done rambling. That was such a blessing, and such, like, thank you, God, you know. Wow, we really needed that, even in the craziness of the day. It's like, somebody understands. So that's just me rambling, but I was really excited about that. So anyway, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.